Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer 1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 4 with the Road to 56 mod. And yes, we are going to now hit the national focus button, Danzig or War. That should be 70 days, so a good time to start this. Okay, now let's, in preparation for the war, let's make sure we have let's put these guys 300 over. Just to go after fighters over France because we want air superiority there. Oh, let's slow this down to just that so I can continue to work and not be too paranoid about. No. Oh, god damn it. No, no, no. I'm gonna reload. Sorry, everyone. I don't know what that was. Someone, well, don't you hate pop-ups? Because I hear me. I hate the idea that pop-ups pop up right where I'm clicking on something. So I don't even know what that was. Didn't read it. So I'm going to load game. Presumably that'll be something that'll just come up here again. So we'll reload this. So I like pop-ups. I make mods that specifically do pop-ups, but when I'm doing, and so this is one of the reasons I like to do all this on pause because of that. We'll just do 200 this time now that I'm really thinking about trying to dominate French air instead of just going after. Okay. And up here we have now in the east, okay. Eastern Germany. Yeah, Western Poland. That sounds good. Yeah, well, as I should have clicked that, shouldn't I have? Okay. That. Sorry, just changing. Okay, there we are. For those who don't know, no one was really prepared for the invasion of Poland. I mean, obviously the Poles weren't prepared. Hitler almost surprises his army for the invasion of Poland. They really, it was a scramble to get units available to operate, so they weren't prepared. Now, obviously, they take down Poland very rapidly and effectively. And I have to say this, Hitler truly believed, I'm not saying he, I mean, he was entirely wrong, obviously, but he truly believed that he was going to just have a war with Poland. He got the Ribbentrop-Molotov Pact with the Soviet Union, so there was going to be no war there. And he truly believed that France and England would not fight over Poland. That was his belief. Obviously, he was incredibly wrong with that. So they weren't prepared for the Second World War in any sense of that. So now, okay, so I'm trying to play a reasonably historical version of what happened without trying to mimic every little detail. Okay, now the Poles have decided to defend their border here. They've realized maybe that the Soviet Union is not the biggest threat. But I don't feel I need to make all the mistakes. Oh, degaussing, that's what it was. Okay, just finished degaussing. Now, where are we? No, down here, okay. So, sorry, I'm just a little distracted looking here. So, had they realized the war was going to start, truly realized it, 1940, 41, I really think, okay, we can start doing some better aircraft. Now, what are we currently? Ships, Blumenvoss. Right. Okay. Yeah. Let's switch over to that. It was my intention before working on the upgrade of our fighters, so we have that. So there's no good reason for the late 39, let's go to war with Poland and then have to wait through the winter to go to war against the Western countries. So while still playing something that is very recognizable as to the desires of the Fuhrer, I'm looking, I guess, and I'll look at the chat in just a second. I guess the way I want to play the game, and people can play the game however they want to play the game, you know. Oh, you know, like try very early on and gobble up other countries, whether it's Germany or somebody else. Now I'm trying to play what was realistic, both in the general possibilities of the world and what Hitler's guidelines for what was going on. I think had, shall we say, you know, just like I sort of saying, without making all of the mistakes, had they had, say, enough intelligence to go, hey, if you attack Poland, there is a percent, you know, 50%, 20%, 70% chance that France and Britain are going to go to war with you. Well, mein Führer, that our intelligence says this, it could lead to a war, so we must delay it until we're really prepared till 1940. And then, if we're looking at the Soviet Union, well, we must clean up the Mediterranean before we go to war with the Soviet Union, mein Führer. And something that, if enough of his generals, enough of his people looked at that, I think they could have talked Hitler down from some of, not whether you're going to go to war with the Soviet Union or not, but the timing on it. And that's the kind of thing I'm looking at to play the game, because I want to play something that I see as being realistic to the outcome or to the conditions at the time. Let's see, we're going to do some more motorization, more trucks. Actually, no, I'm changing that. We're going to do more fighters. I don't think that you gave your casts and bombers. No, I haven't given them missions in Poland. Weird, like US going communist. Well, I hope it doesn't. Because I want a game that is historically plausible. I know it may be fun to watch, but if you really want to play World War II style games, we'll give him also Papa Hoffenson up here. I don't know really why we're doing that, but we are. And improved radar, very good. Okay, so we have now 1940, might as well get that done as soon as we can. Now, as per last week's discussion on anti-air, I do believe anti-air is both in the game and in reality useful, but to try to make like what the Czechs did here, a supreme air defense zone is not helpful. But giving some defense levels, I do think is helpful. Just to make sure where we are, sort of have some fleets and other things to sort of discourage some bombing. And it's pretty quick to build. So some level of that is good, I would say. Yeah, oh, I know, Lum. That's the problem with this game. I think it's a problem both with the players who play the game and the developers, and they're trying to meet the players' desires. So many of the players that, how do I put this? Sort of like my channel here, when I've tried to bring in other things on here, and I don't mean things other than historical gaming, often things other than World War II, it doesn't do so well. So my viewers really like World War II. And they're not going to, a bunch of you won't like Panzer Corps. Fine. I mean, it's fine. But if I bring in something like, I don't know, Battlestar Galactica, Deadlocked, the game, it doesn't do really well. And, okay, so who do I please? Well, let's, I can experiment. It doesn't kill my channel to experiment some. But I need to please the viewer, so I totally get that. Now, Paradox, well, they have their catalog of viewers. Of players. And so they look at all their EU4 Crusader Kings, Victoria players, and go, we need to make a game that satisfies them. Restore the Byzantine Empire, restore the Austrian Empire, the Confederacy, rises again, or Communist USA. So all these people want all this other stuff. And I'm not against people wanting it or against people who, pay their money to get what they want. Yeah, I'm perfectly happy with that. What I want, and I think, because I do play other games that are for other companies that are very historically based, there is a large group of people out there that want something that is realistically World War II. And so they are put off by all of this. Now, I don't know which audience is bigger. You're going to make a variant of the Falkwolf before making them? Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Hey, Saipan. What? This is currently Road to 56. too many roads and factories to bombers, but against fighters and dive bombers, yeah. Yeah, it's so some anti-air is good. Okay, on is it a majority or extremely loud minority? Harder to totally change the ideology. Yeah, you're right. Unrealistic ideological changes. France was in an ideological, as well as Spain until the Spanish Civil War breaks out, and obviously, through that but France is in an ideological quagmire. You have hardcore communists with lots of power. You have fascist types that don't have lots of power, but are there in significant numbers, and you have a lot of different fractions within the squishy middle that I could see France going, but Germany in 1936 going communist, not at all. Now, what they do look at is paradox, that is the minority or majority, is they can track what national focuses you go through. So they are watching how many people take the different paths. Now, I don't know that they really can track the mods, but they can track the players on the standard game. So they're tracking to see who's playing what. And so I think they're reasonably correct for their players. But I think, because I get some feedback from others that get upset and rage quit or see enough other stuff and just decide not to play, not to buy, because they've gone with a different audience. Okay, Lum, and I totally understand that viewpoint about alternative history. This is why I think it's a wild and crazy world, but I like what the Kaiserreich people sort of did, is they sort of created a starting world in 1936 that was, hey, Germany won World War I, and this is how we've imagined what the world looks like in 36. Okay. So if you want to build a mod that starts out with, I don't know who it would be, but a communist in charge, starts in 36. Communist in charge of Germany, and there's a communist government in Germany. And you create this world based on that, then fine. That's great. If you build everything else to work and react to it, and then I'm reasonably okay with it. We're going to do even more fighters. I'm sort of disappointed at the number of fighters that I have. The mythical wider audience. Okay, anti-tank upgrade. Japan proposes the tripartite pact. Japan has sent feelers out to ascertain our interest in three powers. In a three powers pact between ourselves, the Japanese and the Italians. The Japanese argue. Okay. It's an idea. We shall sign the pact. Very good. And so we now have improved or upgraded anti-tank. Armored skirts. Yeah, we'll go with that. I don't know that I think some people would love to see a world revolution with Trotsky. And so, yeah, there's people that want to see all this stuff. Italy signs the pact. Great. Now we have full production on subs. What we're going to do here is, oh, is it up at top? Yeah. Start doing a little bit of convoys. So we have a nice central reserve to help if the French start pushing through our west wall. We're just going to hold here, so we need to organize these guys into a group for when we decide to go north. There we go. He's gonna get that. There we go. Put him under the west. So the AI draws all these nice, pretty plans now, but I don't think they're going to follow them. Oh, looky here. Looks like we have some British units that are sent over here. How interesting. How interesting. Now, I also don't know why. Why is it so hard for them to create an AI who to defend everything is to defend nothing. So since they can't fully defend the border, they don't have enough units to put along the border, why don't they contract inwards a bit? I don't know. The best bit I know of does exactly that. It starts in 36 with a pop-up about how Greeks beat up the Turks after World War I and got Constantinople back. Yeah, so if you build a world that's plausible, I could play that and have relative fun doing so. No. There we go. Soviet Union declared war on Poland. How interesting. Okay. Yeah, fallback lines. Well, not the worst thing in the world, definitely, but what, oh, hey, we have a province here with a bunker in it. Let's leave this one open. I mean, it's things like that. Why don't they figure out that, just create a sort of central Poland defense? The Banovia of Croatia. As a result of continuing increasing problems with Croatian nationalist elements, the Yugoslavian government has been necessitated to grant increased autonomy to Croatia, a new semi-independent state. Banovia has been called into being. Okay. So now we have a federal or something. I don't know. Yugoslavia. Yeah, this is family friendly, I would say. Poland refuses German ultimatum, Danziger War. Poland refuses to succeed. Are we at war? Declare war. Yeah. Okay, so we're now at war with Poland. Poland has reacted to the Soviet invasion that started earlier. Oh, no. Okay, no. No. Papa Hoth, select all. Stop. I forgot to release. Okay, now these guys, yes. Not that I'm gonna get them there. But hey. Yeah, I can draw pretty lines on the map too. Well, looks like the French have shown up here in relatively big strength. Well, because of that, let's move these 6 divisions up that way. Well, of course, Croatia is totally undefensible. That's why there was no Croatia, and why Croatia only now exists because of. Oh, we need to slow this down. Because of the current European political situation that allows unrealistic states to exist. Fall of Warsaw, yes. Okay, we got 4 divisions of armor. 1 crosses the river. 1 cuts. Well, no, they don't need to cut back that way. They can cross the river that way. How are we doing over here? Oh! Oh, good. See, I was really hoping that maybe, just maybe, the AI has, you know, Oh, we're not at war with France? What's this? They're at war with the Soviet Union, but not with us. Okay, neither is Britain at war with us. This I'm putting down to the mod. Okay, so that means these guys that are sitting here, they won't deal with our attacks. Well, guys, your mod is a bit messed up, people. Yeah, I know they declared on Poland, but you should. Huh. Okay, you mean I did Danzig for war, Danzig or war, and they haven't either let me declare war on Danzig or given me Danzig? What the hell? What the hell? Excuse me. Doesn't even give me a war goal for this? Oh man. Oh, this just to me seems broken. It really seems broken, people. Now, I know I did start a little late, but... Remember when I was talking just a moment ago about historically plausible things happening? I would go, it's not historically plausible to have the Soviet Union declare war on Poland without Germany also doing so. Well, not quite. You know, I could, but see, I don't want to increase world tension any more than I have to, because I don't want the U.S. in the war. I mean, come on, people. This isn't that hard to do. And if you, as you're saying, it's scripted to start the war, why would it be... I'm pulling my hair out here. Why the hell would mod makers do this? Is it incompetence? Or is it some design philosophy that I just don't get? Okay? Because it could just be stupid incompetence. You know, oh, well, we don't know. We didn't realize anybody would click these combinations of results, and so that it wouldn't work out this way. You know, meaning they thought everybody would be starting... You know, Germany would be declaring war in September 39, so... It just scripted to turn out this way, and it's just going to happen this way, and they didn't think. That could be one thing, or they have some design philosophy I just don't get. World War II was driven by Germany. Hey, Nagaro. And so, being driven by Germany, the start of it, we can look at it before. We can look at the world before 1938, let's say. what do you have going on? Well, you've got Italy going after Abyssinia. Okay. The one, and I will caveat this, the one non-colonial region in, this is truly it, the one non-colonized part of Africa, because Liberia, although free and relatively independent, is run by former American slaves. They've sort of set up a two-tiered system in which the former American slaves run the country. They don't set up slavery or anything like that, but they're the sort of elites in charge of Liberia, where the great majority of the African population is ruled over by former American slaves. And that is something of a U.S. protectorate, meaning if United Kingdom or France decides to, we want to, get more colony spaces, they would have a serious problem with the U.S. Not saying the U.S., depending on the world's conditions and the year that it happens, not saying the U.S. is going to go to war with Britain or something over this, but there would be serious, serious problems. So everywhere else, basically, functionally in Africa, has been colonized to one style or another, other than Ethiopia, Abyssinia, whatever you want to call it. So they decide to go into there. What else is going on prior to 38? Well, okay, Italy's having a bit of a to-do over some of these islands, I think, with Turkey. Some of the, not Rhodes so much, but some of these other islands. It's looking to do that. Okay. So not a whole lot's going on. Now you come around to 38. You've got the push into Austria, only with Italy's permission. And then you have Germany's push into Sudetenland, ultimately with British and the Sudetenland, with British and French permission. The takeover of the rest of Czechoslovakia is without their permission. They do nothing, but it's without that. So it's only in this world do we see Hungary getting aggressive for territory in this region. We see the Soviet Union starting to expand into the Baltic states, eventually Romania. So Germany is driving what's going on in World War II. There is no two ways about that in my mind. So why would World War II start without Germany doing something? So if Germany isn't pushing for Danziger War, or hasn't taken their ass, because I could plausibly see either over the Sudetenland or over the occupation of the rest of Czechoslovakia, I could see Britain and France deciding to declare war. It's highly unlikely. Well, the Sudetenland is more likely, in my opinion, but the second part is more like, oh shit, they're not going to survive, especially with Poland not doing anything up at that point. So if Germany's just going to sit and peaceably be there, then I don't see anybody starting World War II. So, yeah, what's Ari saying? Just look at the Winter War. He declared on them out of paranoia and then joining the Germans. Well, okay, we did have the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact in place. That's quite true. And under those conditions, I can see the Soviet Union attacking. But the Winter War only happens is because the world's already at war. It wasn't going to happen without that going on. Okay. So now we are at war with at least Britain. Are we at war with France? Not yet, or so it would appear. Okay, yeah, well, We'll call these guys in. We'll allow them to join, I should say. Danzig joins the German Reich. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That works. And now we're fighting the British here. You go on the defensive. You counterattack. What the hell? Well, we already have Romania. No. In our alliance. So let's go with the Second Vienna Award. See how that works out for us. What the hell is that? Is that a Japanese tank? That's supposed to be a Hungarian tank, but I don't see any Hungarian units there. No, I haven't got the Navy deployed, and I forgot to. I did forget to. I should have done the U-boats before the war starts. New convoy raid here. I did forget to do the Navy. Oh, you go over here. You this. Well. Good night, Tippett. Thanks for playing with me earlier. Winter clothing, good. You support that attack. Poland has capitulated. Well, very good. Okay, guys, you join in there. You go clean up there. Okay, United Kingdom is all, or Commonwealth is coming after me now. Well, we're hitting them from more than one direction, so that's good. Oh, here. There. I mean, one of the biggest things that mod offers as well as choices, it does come with architects. Strike your people. Yeah, but I hear you. Venice, no, we're not taking. Okay, what should we be researching here? I know we just got winter clothing here. Factory camos. A lot more factories just showed up. Okay. Now, we're still getting more fuel than we are using. That's good. Let's... There we go. Yeah, I get that about the troops escaping. I'm hoping that won't be too much of a thing. Although it might be. Though I've noted France hasn't decided to go to war with me yet. Uh-oh, we gotta give up now. Bhutan's declared war. Hey, Azads. How you doing? Didn't see you when you first came in here. Can you check the war screen to see who is at war with who in this world? Okay, not exactly sure which one you mean. I normally don't look at these things at all, because the globe. Oh, here. Okay. Yeah. Country current wars. Okay, so we have German-Polish War. We have Manchuria sinking, and we have this. So we're at war with Britain, Poland, Australia, Bhutan, yeah, Canada, Nepal, I think India, South Africa, British Malaya. So yeah. Whenever there's a French-Soviet war going on. Yes, we'll partition Poland. Wow, that didn't work out well. Wow, that's weird. Is that in our sector or the Soviet sector? I don't know. Syndicalist Mexico. Okay. So they are the Mexican junta, so they went down a weird path. How interesting. Okay, are we... No, we're not invading them. What's... Okay, so Italy wants to invade the Shetlands. Okay. Well, let's send our high seas fleet here under Raider. Well, let's patrol actually. That'll use up lots of fuel. What's being said, Bhutan, with their massive army of... Oh, yes. Using the military front. Threw a hissy fit about the airspace and decided to close it for all civilian transport. Bombed a few too many of their generals, I guess. No, I haven't sent naval bombers out. Maybe I should to the North Sea. Let's see what we can do here. First, I want to see where. There we are. Oh, good. Let's do 200 fighters, deploy them, go after air assets. Then let's... Our maritime patrol, go after ships. And then, where's naval bombers? Torpedo bombers. Okay. Let's get you and go there. You go after ships there. Okay. Now, over here. Let's get some of our long-range fighters. $60 sounds about right. Go after the lower Baltic. Go after air power there. Let's get some of our maritime patrol. There we go. Okay, so we have, looks like Soviets bombing Danzig. How interesting. We have some very bad border gore up here. How interesting. Oh, we're not looking for foreign volunteers. Spain. Come on, crush these guys. Okay, well, we haven't been using and we'll start using our air power. Well, all's quiet on the Western Front here. Well, let's bring over some armored divisions. Yeah, we'll select all. And let's see about unmanned core. Let's bring them up to there and Guderians. Group over there. Oh, these guys are trapped. How interesting. And they are losing because they don't have supply. Second Vienna Award. Okay. Northern bit. We're just going to give the northern bit to Hungary. That didn't work, did it? Because they're in the Axis? Could be. That was a stupid move then, because then we should have befriended Romania, but whatever. Okay. Yes, we could do about that. Okay. Map redrawn. Oh, no, it did change it now. Okay, well, good. It changed it now. Trying to make a somewhat stronger Romania. Or Hungary. Not Romania, obviously. Yeah, supply the pocket. Okay. And air supply. We'll see how that does this. Okay, now that we have some armor in there, that's changing the situation. Yeah, Goring actually did get healthier going to prison. Mostly getting off the drugs, I think, was the big thing. Yeah, one of his. Calls him Darth Cellulite. Okay. Well, he died of poisoning, but yeah. Nationalize the air, total war. Well, we are. Looks like we're dropping supplies. I did not mean for these guys to be trapped here. Okay, well, finally. Okay, are all the rest of his divisions? I guess, yeah, all the motorized and... Not going to get Gutarian needs some more units. Okay, IKB. We can do it some other time. That's cool. Go ahead. That's an important thing to deal with. Peace deal will kick in soon. Yep, they're going to eat a lot of supplies, and we've already sort of redrawn the borders, so... well... Let's get some more supply planes in production. Oh, we need a lot more rubber. Okay, we need more rubber. We've lost... Okay, so let's... Have we been losing any... Okay, it seems like we are not losing any... any to shipping. To Eritrea. We're about ready to go to war with a lot of these people. See if we get that. See if that gets... Okay, our air operations. Not those, but these. Now we need to worry about... do we want to keep the Baltics? No. Maybe we do, but let's shift some of these air power a little bit further to the west. Now that we have Danzig. Okay, those are to deal with. I'm a little worried that, well, we need to keep some of these French units, because when we're going to go to war with France, we will want to defeat them very quickly. Well, that'll be interesting to see how well those go, Azad. Because I think generally for the stability in the region, India having a nice functional carrier would be good. It would be nice to not always have to rely upon the US to intervene in everything. Anglo-Irish trade war ends, okay. Well, currently we're not at war with France, which is a weird thing. Well, they went to war with Soviet Union over Poland, but they did not come in on Poland's side against Germany, but Britain did. So I don't know how that's supposed to work. How are our supply units? Yeah, okay. Bad supply, total attrition. Okay, we're gonna ask for military access. Okay, well, that should get these guys out. Yes, okay, good. And if it stays our... Oh, well, let's move in a few of these guys over here to deal with the French if they go to war. Or when we go to war with France, we'll be there to kick their butts. France is... Oh, okay. Let his troops charge Russia. No, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, operational range is a thing, and what really counts with carriers is not their tonnage, I mean that's part of it, but is the size of their air wing. How much do they how many aircraft do they operate? That is the important thing. you stay there, you stay up there. Okay, these guys shouldn't be in too bad a supply with the air supply going on. And maybe even with... okay, got that. Okay, well, we're going to end the episode here. Not the stream, so you guys can just hang loose, but I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. If you haven't already, please, of course, subscribe and comment. I'd love to hear what you're thinking about how this is going. I think it's an utter mess. We're going to continue with it for a while at least. I don't know what's going to happen when we go to war with France. But we may be going to war with the Benelux countries first. We will see how that goes. Tune in next time for more.